Mr. Jeremiah Mlauzi, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Thank you so much. I would like to ask you some few questions regarding to the project that you've been implementing as the Monitoring and Evaluation Officer.
Okay.
On the project rebuilding the creative and expression of the marginalized creatives in Matabeleland. I would like to ask you just some few questions.
Okay. Okay, my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Okay, if I've got the first question is, if you received an amplification grant, please explain in what way you have amplified your work in terms of organization, infrastructure to create reaching to new audiences, etc.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to appreciate that the program or the current project that was being funded by HIVOS, to us it was amplifying what we have been implementing with organizations like Chipao. We did a similar project, and for us this grant came as an amplification grant.
Okay.
So in then trying to answer your question, I think I will say with the amplification grant, we have tried to actually concentrate on the number of reach, or on the issue of reaching the audience and the impact. That is, we're actually expecting more impact and more reach to the audience, because we're amplifying something that we've started before. So our main concern was on reach and impact. Then in terms of reach, we try to invest in our organizational growth. That is, we made sure to hire additional staff that were professional enough to actually coordinate the project efficiently. So we have also tried to establish online platforms that are dedicated mostly for the works of the beneficiaries, so as to make sure that they reach new audiences, even as far as globally is concerned. So this is what we have tried to do towards amplifying the project. Yeah, that's what I can say. That's what I can say in short.
Yeah, that is so much interesting. Mr. Jeremiah Mlauzi. Okay, my second question goes like this. I want to know that who exactly is your audience, and how would you describe your engagement with them during the project period? Is this different before? And if yes, how is it different? The project that you are implementing.
Okay. I would like to emphasize that our audience or our primary audience was both the locals and the global audience. Okay. So I will start by on the local side, where we would actually carry out some engagements with local community organizations who are into arts, so that we emphasize, or we instill the project awareness, and we encourage between them some collaborations that are necessary for the project to be successful. We also engaged with some global professionals, creative professionals on a global criteria, on a global end, where we interacted with the global community through online platforms. And we were trying to actually expand in terms of network, and so that maybe at the end of the day we also expand in terms of collaborations, and actually expanding the number of opportunities for the artists for the content of the artist or the marginalized artist that we're working with them on the ground. Yeah, that's what I can say on that question.
So to what extent have you been able to freely express yourself in your project and make this your own personal work?
Okay, maybe I'll start by saying as we're implementing this project, we prioritized what we called freedom of expression,
Okay.
whereby we wanted to the artist or the beneficiaries as well as stakeholders to feel part of the project. So this is how we actually instilling that freedom of expression at the end of the day, so that they feel as part of the project and they own the content or they own their works. So which was a great deal for us for sustainability purposes. So this is what I can say generally in terms of what you just asked me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to your hub or the makers that you worked with if you were to go back to where you were at the start of the project? That is, what would you differently next? What would you do differently next time?
Okay. I think there are 4 issues that I will highlight to the hub or the makers of the project. That number 1, I will emphasize on having a clear project vision.
Okay.
Having a clear project vision, it means it maintains focus of the project as to the intended impact.
Okay.
So yes. So then number 2, I will emphasize on collaborative approach, whereby we involve the participants, we involve stakeholders, we involve the beneficiaries to be part of the decision process, so as to then help in shaping the project and making sure that whatever the project is offering them, it's relevant to their needs and aspirations. Then number 3, the issue of long-term sustainability, where the hub maker or the hub maker is supposed to actually focus on the issue of long-term sustainability, whereby they then need to actually build mechanisms for long-term sustainability. Remember, when the project is done, it should also live after. It should not die. So at the end of the day, they should actually come up with some mechanism to actually make sure that the life of the project continues soon after the funding has been withdrawn. And then lastly, it will be the issue of continuous evaluation and adaptation, whereby I will encourage them to actually emphasize or regularly carry out evaluation of the project. That is a project progress and even the impact as well, so that they then measure the effectiveness of that project. So as well as the issue of adaptation. On the issue of adaptation, I wanted to emphasize on the issue of saying the maker actually should be actually ready or open to or adapt to new strategies in case there are actually changes along the project implementation. So they should actually be open to adapt any new changes and have those strategies on point, so that they don't lose track. Yeah, that's what I can say to that question.
Yeah, that is very much true. I like the part when you talked about sustainability.
Yes,
that
yes,
it should
yes.
not end.
Sure, yes.
But it should be there.
It should continue.
It
yes.
should continue
Yes.
than just leaving it there, ending it there. Okay, my other question is looking at the capacity building activities that were discussed with HIVOS and included in your contract. Can you reflect on how these did or did not support the project?
Okay. Okay, I would like to first appreciate that HIVOS is actually the funder of this project.
Okay.
And being the funder, I will start by appreciating that they gave us the financial muscle to implement this project successfully. Before coming to the question that you just asked me. Then moving to the question in terms of the capacity building activities that they actually helped us with. I would say they were vital in the project implementation process, in the sense that they capacitated us. They gave us the relevant skill, and they gave us the relevant experience that this is what you guys are going to actually expect, or this is what you guys are going to meet as you implement this project, and this is how you are supposed to solve, be it challenges, be it some deviations as you are implementing the project. So I think they gave us a forewarned attempt by capacitating us with the necessary knowledge before we implemented the project. So it actually helped us a lot to successfully implement the project.
So how do you think that this project has supported your own development and or the development of your organization initiative?
Okay. I think this project was very important to us, both to the marginalized creatives as well as us as the implementers of the project. Okay. So I will start by on the issues of on the sector of the marginalized creatives. That this project contributed a lot in terms of empowering the creatives, the marginalized creatives, and providing them with the resources and the support they needed. So at the end of the day, it led to their personal growth or to their artistic growth. Okay. Let me put it that way. Then at the end of the day, we see them self-sustaining themselves at the end of the day. So I think that's what I can comment on in terms of the side of the marginalized creatives. This project actually bringing that kind of development to them. Then on our side as the implementers of the project, I think as we are implementing the project, we learned a lot, and as we actually from the experiences of the artists themselves, it actually gave us the leeway to then appreciate and learn from the challenges, from their experiences, so that we strengthen our approach in the future as we were going to implement similar projects after having learned how this issue of marginalization in Matabeleland region is affecting the creative industry. So that's what I feel I can say on that question.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Jeremiah Mlauzi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.